how's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. This is like our 4th interview now. Every time.
I think for me it's the 3rd.
Yeah.
This is my
second, and Kyle's been here all the time. So.
Oh, geez.
Anyway, this is Picturesque, and they can say their names and what they do in said band.
Yeah, if you haven't heard of us before, I'm Dylan. I play guitar in the band.
I'm Jade. I am the new drummer, but most of you won't know that.
He is the drummer.
He's the drummer.
Official
Yeah.
now.
He's
just
official.
So everyone knows.
It was official last time.
I'm Kyle, and I sing.
Awesome, guys. Well, obviously, it's good to be back to live shows, which is great because, you know, who doesn't love that?
It's been 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
I'm surprised I still know what a drum is.
Yeah,
I'm surprised I know
play
what humans
guitar.
look like, you know?
Yeah.
I guess the first thing is you guys released a record before the whole pandemic stuff happened. You know, how's the reception been from, you know, your fans, stuff like that? You know, how do you guys feel like things went out?
I think it went pretty all right. This is Mac.
That's Macario. My boy Mac. Boy Mac, there we go. Mac.
Is the reason we sound good.
He's great.
He is the reason
I love
we sound
Mac.
good.
That's our guy, yeah.
He's the guy.
Anyway, so we released the record. Was it during COVID that we released it? It was.
Yeah, it
during
was,
COVID.
yeah.
It was like 2 weeks or something within, like, before or after COVID.
Yeah,
so
I know.
it was like right in the middle of it.
Whew.
It was honestly a little scary. It did better than we thought it would. Like it was. We got. I don't know. It was kind of insane. Like we didn't expect anything out of it because of what was happening with COVID. But
Yeah.
you know, I'm glad we released it when we did. We didn't wait like we did on the first one a whole year, and I mean we couldn't do that again. So we just had to give it to everyone, and I feel like we made the right choice.
I'd agree. What do you think, Kyle?
I thought it was going to flop, so yeah. We're still here. That's about where I'm at.
We were scared.
Yeah.
It was a scary drop.
I mean, we worked really hard on it.
Yeah.
And we didn't expect for that whole pandemic thing to happen. And
Sure, yeah.
it's not just us. I know there was like thousands of musicians that went through the same stuff as we did. But, you know, for what it did do, we were really stoked on it. It could have been more, but. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. No one knew what to do during COVID. It was the first time anyone had done anything like this in a pandemic that I know of anyway. So no one knew what to do. Like, we just went for it. We did what we could.
Another reason it was a little scary is because we were kind of changing up a lot of stuff, so we
Yeah,
weren't sure
yeah.
how everybody would be receptive to it. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that was a very experimental record. Like,
Oh,
we
yeah.
Still,
Well,
we
we
still,
just did
we still
more-
kept the picturesque thing, but like we were doing a lot of different stuff.
We just did what we really wanted to do this time around. This is what we actually wanted out of our sound, was the second record.
Yeah, because I remember we talked about it because it was before the last release, and you were saying like, you know, obviously Back to Beautiful was great, but a lot of people were saying like, I wonder what the next record is gonna sound like, and now since it's out, I feel like people have a better idea, you know, what your guys' sound is. For the stuff I imagine that you've been working on like during the pandemic, is that going to sound like more like Do You Feel Okay, or are you guys even gonna are you guys pressing the boundaries even more?
It's pretty different than Do You Feel Okay?
Yeah, it's closer to Do You Feel Okay than Back to Beautiful, but we definitely pushed it a lot harder.
If we released the same record twice, we did something wrong or somebody died.
That's fair.
Because otherwise we're not growing as people, and then the music's not going to be genuine.
So like, there's a lot of bands out there that'll, you know, they'll have their sound. but
Sure,
they'll
yeah.
do new music to where everyone will still love it, and it's like, oh, this is great, but you can tell it's them.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing that like really ties us to our record after record is like Kyle.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But even his voice, he's done a lot of things different on what we're gonna release. But yeah, every record has been somewhat of a very big experiment to where it is gonna be closer to Do You Feel Okay, but it's still not like
100%.
another Do You Feel Okay.
Yeah. And that, I mean, I'm really stoked on it. Obviously, you know, I felt pretty lucky to get Do You Feel Okay way earlier than most people, so I appreciate you guys. And so I was like, and I remember hitting up Jordan. Shouts to Jordan. He's at the merch table now, but I remember hitting him up, and I was like, this is totally different. Do You Feel Okay was like, I could hear little hints of like old stuff, but you know, I felt like you guys were kind of transitioning out of it, and I'm glad you didn't get as much backlash because I was a little bit concerned, if I was going to be honest, because
It was pretty different.
it was very different, you know, and so I'm glad people stuck it out, and hopefully the new stuff, you know, people are going to love that too. I guess who were you guys like listening to during that time period that kind of changed the sound up? You know, do you guys have any artists that you were maybe listening to at the time?
It was a little bit of everything right there.
Yeah.
Like, we all were listening to way different stuff. Like, the songs, the way they were made is like, we had a song where there was like no rules. It was like, we do what we want. That was attention. It was just like, we want to do some dumb stuff. Like, we sat Kyle down at a computer for the programming part, for where the solo is. We were like, pick the most ridiculous thing you can find. And he did. He did pick the most ridiculous thing. We were like, we can't make that work. And then we did, and we got stoked, and we were like, you know what, no rules, we can do whatever we want. And we took it maybe too far, but it turned out really sick. And then, I don't know, it was just all over the place. That whole record was just everywhere.
I feel like it was a lot more towards like instead of just like metal and rock and stuff, it was like some rap, some pop, some softer stuff like 1975, at least for me.
Yeah.
So like my drumming personally is a lot different than what was on like before
Previous
I was
stuff.
in the game, like Back to Beautiful and stuff. So it's very different. So I feel like every member in the band, you know, kind of had their moment to shine and made it something different. So,
Kyle?
I was just going to say that back to kind of like what Dylan was saying with attention, I think that was the one that kind of was the icebreaker for us. Once we finally got that through, we're like, guys, we can literally do anything and make it sound fucking cool. So let's just do whatever the hell we want and see how it kind of shows or shines through everything. And that's kind of just where we went with everything else. We just, I don't know, we're just kind of fucking off, and whatever comes out sounds cool, then we keep it.
I think that record was where we discovered that as long as we're the one playing our instruments and playing our parts, no matter what we do, we're still going to sound like Picturesque. And so that's where we just went kind of wild with it. Super soft, super dumb, but we were everything in between. It was just...
Sounds like you're just saying our new stuff's dumb.
Well, we just got dumb to make some of those parts. Like, we had a song where Kyle and I used to love Oceana. I still love Oceana. And we listened to this record called Birth Eater a lot. And there's a song called Okay, where the whole bridge, like, I loved it because it was all inspired by, like, an Oceana part, kind of. And we wanted to kind of, like, pull that sound out. And it was like, you know what? Like, we can do whatever we want here. Like, we're already writing a whole record that sounds completely different. It's okay to, like, make this, like, old school, like, Oceana sound here. And I think it turned out sounding a lot like what we would do if we were them, I guess. It was a very Oceana-inspired part that turned out sick.
I think that's just saying, like, we still paid odes to, like, the post-hardcore stuff that we came
what
from.
I'm trying to say, yes. I'm getting way off track, but yeah, we took from everything.
So just one on that is that I think one of the coolest things about us as a group and best friends and the music we're making is that we all get the ability, especially on the newer stuff, to do whatever we want, but to an extent to where we still have respect for the sound.
In the confines, yeah.
And to what everyone else, like, I'll go crazy on like a drum part, and then I'll look to like Zach or someone and be like,
what do you
okay?
think?
Like, can I keep that? Can I scrap it? And he'll be like, that's sick. Let's put that somewhere else. But let's do this here. So there's a huge respect level between us and the band, but we still get to do what we want, and that's why this new sounding stuff I feel is very different. I feel a lot of people say it's different, but I really know what we're doing is different because it's like he has a very different kind of taste in music, and he's doing that. I do my own thing on drums. Like Dylan still shreds. Everyone does their thing, but it still comes together in something that we're trying to release as something that not everyone's doing.
And that's another thing is like we all have a certain check system. Like he was saying, he would look at Zach and be like, eh. Like for me, I'm doing a guitar part and I'm like, Kyle, Like we have a check system with each other, and as long as it's us doing it, we're gonna make picturesque music.
And if you hear any part that you think sounds remotely cheesy on guitar, it's because I just pushed Dylan to it because I fucking love that shit.
No, also you will not hear one sound of something that sounds like a China because I did one fill with a China, and Kyle literally, you could probably see him through like the recording glass and just be like,
No.
I'll cut you.
Let me tell this story real quick. If this is a little off
That-
subject,
it's
but
okay.
it's a good story.
It's a good
was
one.
necessary. I remember it. We were listening through, like seeing what the song sounded like. You know, we're all going, we're like, yeah, the song's sounding kind of sick so far. And then this fill happens, and Kyle goes, was that a China? And I was like, wait, what? There was no China. They rewind it again, and I was like, I didn't hear a China. There was definitely a China in there. We solo the drums, and Jay just... That was a China. That has to be redone. It was like, well, it was a fill.
It was a
China.
fill,
He
yeah.
picked out this one tiny China hit and a fill. Some random part in the song was like, can't do that. Nope, not okay.
No China
He
fills.
didn't even hear it. He probably just felt it somewhere.
Don't feel okay.
Deep within his
Nope.
gut. Yeah. He's like, I feel there's a China right
Yeah.
there. Well, that's awesome. Obviously, best of luck with new stuff coming out. I'm sure, I'll be able to hear it eventually.
Thank you. Yeah.
What is one of your favorite songs off of Do You Feel Okay? I'm sure that's a very tough choice because it's like your baby, but do you have one off the top of your head?
I keep saying it's okay, but I don't really think it is anymore. I don't know. But live so far, okay is so fucking fun to play, so I'm just going to stick with it.
Like I said, yeah, like you said, we have a few of the new songs on this set we're playing for this
Nice.
tour.
Very cool.
But I feel like groove-wise and just what I get to do, I think my favorite's Glass House.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like,
yeah.
you'll see tonight, like I do a little fill. Hopefully I don't fuck it up, but it's really fun to play, and I think the crowd seems to like it as well.
Personally, I want to say Attention. I love that song because I love the like we do what we want kind of vibe that we kind of did throughout that song.
That
Just
is a banger.
ridiculous
That is a
everywhere.
banger.
I love that song. It's really fun to play, but live, I might have to go with like Swipe maybe.
Still probably.
Or okay and Swipe are pretty up there, but Attention, just sitting down, listening, playing a guitar, or anything like Attention.
It does, yeah.
I'd agree. I mean, I'm a guitar player, so I enjoyed Attention a lot.
Well, plus he shreds on it.
And
so
he
it's-
shreds
it's-
on
yeah,
it, and
it's
who
awesome.
who doesn't like a good shreddy solo,
Yeah.
But I agree that's tough. I don't know. I'm excited to see some of the new songs live. I'm sure for you guys, because it's been like a whole year plus of not playing it. How does it finally feel to actually be on stage? Obviously, the tour is like only a couple days in, but it must be real nice to be able to play some of the new stuff.
Like, I
Live.
have not even felt like a musician the last couple of years. Like to be honest, like getting a different normal job.
Yeah,
And,
I feel.
I moved into a new house and can't play my actual kit, so I have an
Electronic kit, yeah.
and it's different. And so like I'd get bored after like 15 minutes and just stop. And I'd be like, wait, normal drummers actually play on their practice pad at least every day, and I would go like months without touching a drumstick. Because it was just like, well,
What's the
I'm not
point?
motivated.
Yeah, I got
And
you.
then tour started, and we've never had like a better first night of tour than we did on this one. And it felt great. It felt great. Like just being with my best friends, like the whole unloading the stresses of tour where you normally bitch about. Like it's now a fun thing to bitch about it.
Yeah,
but
certainly.
just this is where we're meant to be, and it's great to be back.
Kyle's having an off-camera
Yeah,
conversation.
we got some homies that getting ready to hit the stage. So.
Veo.
No, it was
Shouts to Veo.
always comes out to shoot.
I'm sorry, I got real distracted by that.
I was just asking about like Kyle, how does it feel to be doing like the live stuff again, playing the new stuff as being a vocalist? Clearly,
I mean, I'm out of fucking shape, so that's a thing. But on the real, like none of it makes sense. It's still not like completely registering
Set
that
in.
this is like a real thing that's going to keep happening. I keep just waiting for it to be like, hey, we're shut down again and we're not going to be able to finish the tour. Like nothing feels real, and I don't feel like I'm really here. It's fucking weird. But I mean, that's my honest opinion, like stuff. I'm kind of, I don't know. I mean, it's cloud nine at the same time, but
That's
just
good.
nothing feels real. It's like a fever dream.
Dylan.
Kind of the same. Like I didn't feel like it. I honestly didn't feel like we were on tour. It was so like weird to be back on tour that until last night I didn't feel like we were on the road doing a tour again. Like it's crazy to think we haven't done it in 2 years. Like I went home and got a real job when COVID happened. I was like, well, I guess I'm getting a 40-hour a week job and doing like normal people things, and I'm not built for that. I'm not built for that. Like being back on the road is sick. I love being out here. I love being able to play music again. I'm stoked to go home and maybe work 25 hours a week or not at all, whatever I do, and just do the on the road thing again. Like it's great to be back out.
I think one thing that did make it kind of feel like tours last night, we didn't have to actually drive and we all just hung out for a little bit.
That's cool.
And just got to like bro down, which was so fucking nice. And we haven't really got to do that this tour because we've had nothing but like 10-hour drives, which is kind of ridiculous, but I don't know what this routing is.
That happens sometimes.
It-
It's just
it
like
is,
you can't help it. That's just the way it works sometimes. Nothing we can really do about it.
Nice. I have a new question for you guys since you've been on the channel multiple times. If you could pick 3 albums to define you as a person, what 3 albums would you choose?
Did you say Adams?
Albums.
Albums. Okay, my bad.
Oh my God.
Albums.
feel like I need to pull out my phone too.
That is so hard, especially since like we have like I have like original like that like for us we've had conversations about like forever bands, like timeless bands.
Timeless bands, yeah.
So, you know, I don't know if I said it last time or it's a new question, but like at least I know. I don't know what's Nickelback's album. Is that Animals?
Oh.
Or what was that album called?
I know this.
But it was one of Nickelback's albums,
the
and
one
like
where they're in the car on the road.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
So you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly.
That's
we'll
to me that's Nickelback. That's like a timeless to me.
All the right
reasons.
All the right reasons. Nickelback. If you ever watched this, I'm sorry I forgot that, but I love you.
I would have to say the same on that one. Like that one. Yeah.
That's a banger.
That slaps. We actually before COVID, me and him would actually do sound check to Animals, and it was the funnest thing.
Oh yeah, we've actually had a problem on stage before where I just looked at Jade and I was like,
Are we doing this?
And we did it. We did the intro just like while Zach was fixing some technical problems. Highlight of my life.
So aside from Nickelback, I don't know. There's like so many music, like so many other albums and bands releasing stuff that's new, or I'll go back and listen that just inspires me. So it's at this point in my life, I love all kind of music. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm very big into like country lately.
Nice. Okay.
You know, kind of lets me sit back and enjoy the slower things in music. But I don't know. I'm not too set on one kind of genre.
So I'm gonna kind of put mine as like a timeline type thing here that would define me, and it would kind of, I think, define me as like my progression in life as well as music.
Okay. Very cool.
Sounds deep, but it's not really, I swear. But it would be As Cities Burn, Come Now Sleep.
Nice.
Which was like one of the first like rock records that I really got into and was like infatuated with. And then after that, it would be Nick Jonas X2.
Ooh, nice.
Such a solid record.
Of course, yeah. Gotta be Nick.
Gotta be Nick Jonas. And then the last one would be Black, and the record's called Free Black.
Ooh, okay.
So those would be my three.
There we go. Dylan?
This is a real tough one. I would have to say Nickelback as well. Like that's like my whole childhood. All the right reasons. And then I'd probably have to say, as far as like me as a person, probably Bullet for My Valentine's, The Poison. It's where I like picked up guitar and started learning their whole discography.
That's what I used to skateboard.
I still jam that every once in a while. Like, no shame. And after that, I don't know. I would probably have to say Malibu Nights by Laney.
I knew you were going to say Laney. I knew you were going to say
Laney.
Laney.
That's all I listen to by now. Right now, yeah, like it completely changed the kind of music I listen to.
I think I actually showed you Laney, didn't I?
It was actually someone from Arkansas. It was like someone from back home.
What was it? The band Camino I showed you. I showed you
one
of
them.
Okay, I showed you the
band
band Camino.
Sick.
They slap.
Which is kind of crazy because we actually played a show with them, like one of our first shows ever.
That's insane.
We found the flyer forever ago, where we played with them as West City.
No, it was as Picturesque.
Oh, was it?
But it was in Leachville, Arkansas, on our way out to our very first tour.
Wow.
Because they're from like Memphis.
I was gonna say they're from Tennessee. I'm
They
pretty
played
sure.
the Leachville show?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was the show.
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
Very cool. They're a great band. I agree with you, Jade.
So good.
Love them so much. Excited for their new record or something. I know they got something new coming out very soon.
I'm
so
waiting.
Waiting patiently. Band Camino. Check them out. Speaking of which, what have you guys been jamming on the road? What have you guys been listening to lately? What's on the daily playlist, I guess?
Still Laney for me.
Yeah,
Laney?
still kind of the same stuff, but like I listen to a lot of like the release radar on Spotify.
Nice, okay.
And so
yeah.
of course like my buddies in Wage War, their new song
slaps.
I listen to that Pressure album all the time.
Yeah, no,
I
that album's
love
fire.
that record.
My guys in Our Last Night,
Yes.
They released their new stuff and they acted in their new music video. They're killing it like always. Phineas, they just released their new stuff. Like I love that like all my really good friends are just so good at what they do, and I support like you got to support your guys. So I don't know, just a lot of their new songs that are coming out.
Kyle?
I've been listening to a lot of Julia Wolf. Shouts
Ooh.
out, I really want to work with her because she's fucking amazing.
Julia Wolf,
she's blowing the fuck up right now. A lot of Tim's.
Tim's?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's really good.
She's not big yet. I think she needs to be.
She's gonna blow up.
She's
It's
so
not if,
good.
she's gonna blow up.
She's
Oh, yeah,
too
she
good
will.
to not blow up.
Tim's, come on.
But yeah, mostly Julia Wolf though. That's definitely
Ooh.
my favorite right now. And this kid called Breakins.
Okay.
Those three are kind of my go-to right now. So
Very
yeah.
cool. Very cool.
Oh, hold on, stop. I am
Oh.
going to give one shout out just because I've made it clear they are going to blow up. They're in the country scene. Lakeview, my guys in Lakeview are going to be like A-list fucking country artists. Like they are doing amazing stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, so check them out.
Check them out if you like country. And kind of last thing, just tell people where they can find you out on social media. You guys have another tour after this one. So, you
I
know.
don't know our socials.
Y'all act
I
like
don't use socials.
I
Everybody
think,
handed the mic to Kyle. I was like, I don't know shit either.
So after this tour with Alisana, we have a little break, a couple weeks, and then we're going back out with Scary Kids Scaring Kids.
Yep.
We're really
Woo!
stoked on that, and
tickets are selling out quick. Get them.
Yeah.
they really are. It's
They
gonna
really
it's
are.
gonna be a hot tour. And then we're doing a few-day run, and we're doing a headlining festival. I think in November, October, or something.
That's not announced yet.
Not announced.
That's like interview 101.
It's
Looks like
okay.
we
we'll
can't
we'll
talk
we'll
about
I'll
tough
cut it
we'll tough
out.
this out. We'll
I'll
tough this
cut it
out.
out. I'll cut it out.
Should we start that over then?
Aside from the Scary Kids tour, we're still kind of waiting to see, and we're just ready to get back out in any chance that we get. So Scary Kids, buy tickets for that. That'll be a hot tour.
It is a hot tour.
For real, low ticket like notifications on a lot of shows yesterday.
No, real. Yeah, it's really going to sell out. So if you didn't buy tickets to it, please go do it. Go out and see Picturesque. If you haven't checked out Do You Feel Okay, you should, because I did a review of it like 2 years ago. So go check it out. If you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. And huge thanks to Picturesque again for coming on, doing
Thank
the
you,
chat,
man.
as per usual.
As you definitely didn't hear, we have more stuff coming up. You definitely did not hear it. We have more
We
stuff
do
coming
have
up
more
after
stuff,
the
and on
Scary
our
Kids.
socials, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. Send us a message, show us some love. We'll respond back. We just want to interact with you guys as much as we can.
There we go, guys.
Picturesque band on most everything except for like Facebox, but I don't think anybody uses that anymore.
No
Just
one.
Picturesque there, but everywhere else, Picturesque band, and you'll find us.
There we go, guys. Talk to you later. Peace.